Welcome everybody to this new military section video on my channel. I'm your host BOSSAGE. This is my channel. So this video is top 5 things that irritate me when researching for my military videos. So quite a lot of my material I researched, but then again quite a lot of it I already know. I've got loads of photos from when I go down to Portsmouth whenever I see a ship. I take pictures whether I've got it or not, because then I don't have to worry about copyright. But obviously while researching I come across news articles, videos and that. So this is the top 5 things that irritate me when researching for military videos. Don't forget to subscribe and hit that notification bell so you know when I upload new content. And without further ado, let's get cracking. So, false pretense. This is a big one. Not so much as on a scale of like 1 to 10 how much it irritates me, although it does irritate me a lot, obviously that's why it's on the list, but on how often you come across it. So this I'm on about because obviously when I go on YouTube, like anybody, it comes up with suggested videos that YouTube thinks you like. So I've got a hell of a lot of military suggestions suggested for me, and I've just taken, all I've put in is new warships, because as sod's law it actually hasn't come up with one right at this minute, but so I've purposely typed it. But 9 times out of 10 when I've searched for something to help me gather information for my videos, it does come up with something. So I've just picked this random YouTuber and I'm looking at his videos. So there's quite a lot. There's one called US Launch its gigantic new $3 billion amphibious assault vessel, and the picture of that is not the America class amphibious assault ship. So you've got taken a picture, God knows where it's come from, not seen it. It's a false pretense because you look at it and actually it doesn't even look like it could do what the title of the video suggests. And then you've got another one. The British are testing their new secret combat aircraft. Which, obviously I don't know all the military secrets. Military secrets is secrets for a reason. But I do know that our next aircraft is the Tempest fighter jet. And like I say, I'm not gonna say the YouTuber's name, but the thumbnail of the video looks like basically a huge space shuttle that's got really flat wings, and each wing looks like half of 50p. It looks massive. It does look pretty ace, to be honest. But then as soon as you click on the video, it comes up with video footage of a Eurofighter Typhoon, an F-35 Lightning fighter jets. So you just not. It's false pretense. It's I don't know why people get a kick out of it, or what sort of kick they do get out of it. There's another one. US is building a flying aircraft carrier. I have looked up this. Yes, mainly because of Marvel and the helicarriers. I wanted to see the actual science behind it, see if it was a possibility. And it is in some respects, but the financial implications is just huge. The amount of money it would take to actually design, let alone build and commission a flying aircraft carrier, it just doesn't make it any sense. Because if you think about it, all a helicarrier is like a normal aircraft carrier hull with 4 huge wind turbines. But to do that, it's not practical. So yeah, I'm gibbering a bit here. But this is what I mean. False pretense. There's no point, because literally all these videos, 9 times out of 10, where it's got an image and you're thinking, bloody hell, that looks cool. You click on the video and that image that's being used as a thumbnail isn't actually in the video. It really irritates me. Because some of the stuff doesn't actually look realistic. And could happen, like there's some about underwater aircraft carriers. There has been underwater aircraft carriers. Japan made one in World War II, I think it was called the I-400. And yeah, it worked, wasn't that practical, but yeah. Next one. Clueless People. This seems really harsh, but I'm on about reporters, mainly, and journalists, either the young, which isn't a bad thing, I'm only 29, but they're either young and they have no idea, no clue, and they've just been given this assignment, and they've been given a lot of facts and figures to memorise, and like, there. No, that's no good. It's like, there was a young lass, I watched a video, young lass about HMS Queen Elizabeth, when she was commissioned in the naming ceremony, yeah, and that. This lass looked uncomfortable, and it was like she was reading off a script. Also, there's been other videos where it's like, it's common knowledge anyway, it's old news, exciting news, but it's common and old news. personally, I think looking at the news, it needs to be factual and informative, and at some stage in its life has to be new news. So, like when I watched videos on HMS Queen Elizabeth Carrier Strike Group deployment, there was a video and it was like already a week old, but the news that HMS Queen Elizabeth was going on deployment, where she was going and what ships were joining her, were all common knowledge. So that like really irritates me. And like there's a news channel on YouTube, it's like as far as I can gather, a major news station, news channel in the Far East. And when you're watching the news, you don't expect to be like 20 questions, do you? I mean, if you at any point disagree with anything I'm saying, pop it down in the comments. Would love a good debate. But this news channel only seems to have 2 people working for it anyway, a man and a woman, and it's like 20 questions. Like when I was watching it a bit, I can't even watch the whole video, so it's that irritating. But there was one about the South China Sea. And it was like, what happens if HMS Queen Elizabeth sails too close to Chinese waters? What happens if this happens? What happens if that occurs? What will that mean? What will that turn out to be? It's like, we don't watch the news for what ifs and why, what will it end up with. Like, no. You obviously have no clue. And this is why I do what I do. Because I cut through all the diplomatic and political shit. You say it how it is. It's like with the 4 Chinese warships near Alaska. I watched a video, what does this mean for international relations? Well, it means they're pretty bloody tense, to be honest, love. Because not only are they near Alaska, they're planning to go to Hawaii. Sail near there. It's like, And if you hadn't forgotten, Pearl Harbor is in Hawaii. So, yeah, it's quite a big thing. Anyway. Moving on. Disinformation. Right. This is, well, the world biggest, but this one, when I'm researching stuff for my military videos, I've got to cut through an unbelievable amount of disinformation. So it comes under 2 categories for me. You've got Russian type of disinformation, where Russia just like blurts out information all the time, and like 9 times out of 10 it's a load of crap and it's loads of lies. And then you've got disinformation where they're just blatant lies. So like Russia is obviously doing it for a purpose, they've got motive behind it. They're trying to seem superior, they're trying to seem more powerful than they are. They've got motive and reasoning behind it as far as they're concerned. The other type is where it's just like a blatant lie. So can't think of an example at the minute. So it's like when you see a news article and well, I suppose that the YouTube video about the unmarked class destroyers are dead. No, there's 3 in active service. They're not killed, they just had to be modified to be more cost effective, to be able to be of some use. they're not used as their intentional use, but to say they're killed, that's disinformation. That's a lie. Just, there's no need. So, just to reiterate, you've got like Russia's type of disinformation, where it's purposeful and it's intelligent from a Russian perspective, and it actually, in their eyes, is going to lead somewhere. And then you've just got crap, shit, just blatant lies. So you've got, the next topic is missing the point, or what I like to sometimes refer to as going around the houses. And it's a bit like what I was saying before, where you have, it sort of ties in with Clueless People. You have somebody who might not even become interested in military whatsoever, and they get assigned to report on a certain article, like when 3 aircraft carriers got sent to North Korea. That was quite a big deal, because aircraft carriers tend to operate alone, and what I mean by that is you have one aircraft carrier and a hull carrier strike group. You don't tend to have more than one going on the same objective. So that was a big thing, and quite a lot of people, in my point of view, miss that. Another thing is, like, where China's laying the law down, saying everybody's got to report where they're going, what they're doing, and that when they sail through the South China Sea. That is a big thing. It's annoyed a lot of nations, and a lot of nations are refusing to do it. And then there's other examples. There's loads of examples, absolute tons. Like when there's 3 Chinese submarines stopped, the Royal Navy carrier strike group, and it was, the news report was like, what does this mean? What will happen? What does this mean for the tensions in the area? Well, love, it's pretty obvious. We don't know exactly what will happen because nobody can tell the future. In regards to tensions, well, they're obviously heightened because there's 3 submarines stalking a task group made up of several nations. So it's like, you're totally missing the point, yeah? There's no, like, emotion when reporting this. There's no enjoyment, enthusiasm, actual interest portrayed. They're completely missing the point. This one is common as anything. It's as common as the word is long. So, and this isn't just for military videos, this is pretty much anything you can think of. You'll be able to find a video with a rubbish voiceover. I'm not saying I'm perfect, far from it. I mean, I hate my voice, but I'm that passionate about what I do. You'll see me on camera, you'll hear my voice, and that's what I'll do. And these people are intelligent that do this, because they're using more advanced software than me. I use OBS Streamlabs, and PowerPoint to make my videos. So, these people obviously use more advanced technology to do these voiceovers, and obviously type it all up and that, or say it. I'm not quite sure how the voiceover works, where I don't know if you've got to type it or if you've got to say it, and then the computer like sort of says it after you've said it. I think you've got to type it. I've never used it, so I'm not that clued up on it. But either way, you're putting a hell of a lot of effort into going through all this video and either typing everything you want to put in this video or saying it all to then have a computer do it in a computer voice, which I don't understand. Because if you're that passionate about doing it, you're spending all that time, why not just, you don't have to go on camera. I mean, I'm not on camera on this video, pardon me, but the next video I'll be doing, and probably, there's a large amount of my videos that I am on camera for, but I just don't get the voiceovers, because some of them you can't really understand, but others you can understand better to some degree, but they're still just as pointless. So yeah, that's 5 things that irritate me when I'm researching to do my military videos. Now, if I may, not for long, but do want to go on a sidetrack here, as I often do. If you are a follower of mine, and you have seen my videos before, you'll see that I'm doing quite a lot of latest news videos, and the news is generally no more than about a week old, but it's sort of my reaction, my point of view on the news articles and that, but they tend to be up to an hour long, and obviously an hour is a long time, and when I'm going through them and whittling away, I lose track of time, I do. So what I'm going to try and do with the next one is put like timestamps in the description to say, right, I'm going to be talking about China at 3 minutes and 25 seconds, and then Australia at 21 minutes and 32 seconds. So that's what I'm going to try and do on all of them. But if you've got any ideas on how to do them better, drop it down in the comment section. Also, another idea is, because like during the week I'll send them all to myself, the links to the news articles, and then on my computer I'll group them into countries. Would you rather have them, so if there's like 3 news articles about the French Navy, would you rather just have a video on news articles about the French Navy and then the Australian, and do separate videos for separate countries? Or would you rather have them, limit them to, I don't know, 25 minutes long, which is roughly how long this video is lasting for, and then do them in different parts? It's up to you. The only thing is, if I do them by different countries, sometimes I can have 1 news article about a country, others I can have over 20. So saying to do it in countries, I'm all up for, but my videos will vary from week to week in length. Some weeks I might not have anything about France. Other weeks I might have 20 articles, which means it's about an hour long video. Anyway, I'll leave that thought with you. Please smash that notification bell so you know when I upload new content. Hit that like button if you've enjoyed this video, sort of something new. And please subscribe. All your support is greatly appreciated and received, and I hope to see you soon. Thanks for watching.